trap Democrats. So on Friday's show, I warned that the Democrats are just not, I'm sorry, I'm not talking about voting Democrats out there. I don't mean to stereotype a group of people, but the Capitol Hill Democrats are really just dunces. Dunces. I mean, they could have listened to my show on Friday, and I warned them that the president was setting a trap for them, which they dutifully fell in. I warned them, not to give them any help, just to show you how dumb they really are. He was setting the clearest trap possible by proposing a number of executive orders on student loans, on unemployment payment continuation, and other things as well, including a payroll tax suspension. The distinction will be important in a minute. And I warned them, I said, Democrats, if you don't get to the table right now and negotiate with the president, he is going to wreck you again, because what's going to happen? He's going to enact it himself, whether you agree with that or not, and that's a fair argument to have. And you're going to be forced to do what? Sue the president about keeping people from unemployment benefits? Joe.
Dude.
Did we not warn them? Did we not?
Oh, yeah.
Did we not tell them, get back to the table, Democrats? Trump is going to smoke you all out. And they fell right in the trap. So what happened?
Yeah.
So President Trump, like we said he was going to do, signed a couple of executive orders on things like student loans, unemployment benefits, and a payroll tax suspension, again, important, which I'll get to in a minute. I'll describe exactly what he did. And now the Democrats find themselves in a position of having to argue against the continuation of unemployment benefits during a massive recession.
Right.
Oh, Joe. Only the most predictable own in human history. I warned you, idiots. You didn't listen. So, of course, what happened? He did it, and Chuck Schumer had a hissy fit. He goes on ABC News with George Stephanopoulos and is now arguing, well, it didn't go far enough. Oh my, well, what did you do? You did nothing. So Trump just steamrolled you, zambonied you, railed right over you, and now you're left saying what? Well, we could have done more, but didn't? Here's Chuck Schumer whining with George Stephanopoulos on, was it ABC? How it doesn't go far. Keep in mind, they were proposing nothing because they wouldn't come back to the table and negotiate seriously. Check this out.
Well, let me first say, George, that overall we have this huge crisis, the largest economic crisis since the Depression, the greatest health crisis since the pandemic. And unfortunately, the president's executive orders described in one word could be paltry, in 3 words, unworkable, weak, and far too narrow. The event at the country club is just what Trump does, a big show, but it doesn't do anything. And as the American people look at these executive orders, they'll see they don't come close to doing the job in 2 ways. One, what they proposed, and second, what's left out.
This is great. One, if you're watching the clip on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Bongino, did you notice something, Joe? Did you notice Schumer's looking at notes? Did you notice that? Watch the YouTube channel. He has to look at his notes because he doesn't even know what's in the executive order. He has no idea. He's like, these executive orders suck. Hold on. Here's what, did you watch them? He has to look at the notes. They suck so bad he doesn't even know what's in them. So Schumer's argument now is we did nothing, Trump did something, and it doesn't go far enough compared to the nothing we did. Schumer, 0, nothing. Trump, maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 out of 10 on this thing. Schumer, 0. Schumer's arguing his 0 is greater than Trump's 5. He did nothing. Now, Schumer and Pelosi, again, trap. Here's the trap down here. Here's Trump up here setting up the Democrats. He says, hey, walk forward. There's a little cliff there. Democrat, okay. This was only the most predictable political own in human history. I'm going to do something, Trump says, and challenge you idiots to do something else because you're doing nothing now. And they've done nothing. So Schumer's only argument here is, well, it doesn't go far enough compared to the nothing we did. You don't believe me? Here's another clip of Schumer, who gets asked shockingly by a reporter, Joe, incredibly, who has a moment of journalistic interest. You don't see this much with reporters, who says to Schumer at this quickie presser, well, you guys didn't do anything. So isn't this better than nothing? And listen to Schumer have a hissy fit meltdown. This is terrific. Check this out.
Given the stalemate in Congress, do you understand the president taking executive action?
It's not a stalemate in Congress. It's that our Republican friends refused to meet in the middle. We said, we'll meet you right in the middle. And they said, no, we want it our way or no way.
better than nothing?
I said what I said about the executive orders.
I says what I says. What I says.
That's it.
What I said just said about the. He can't even answer it. Did you hear the reports? Joe had to work some magic with that because remember, it's not. Yeah, I know exactly. Joe had to like boost that because the guy's talking in New York City traffic. The reporter Schumer's on a mic. The reporter's not. But in case you missed it, the reporter clearly says, "Well, isn't what Trump did better than nothing?" I says what I says. What I said. He doesn't have an answer, Schumer, because trap Democrats. Only the most predictable political own in modern American history. I'm going to sign an executive order, and I'm going to challenge you guys to take away people's unemployment benefits. And they did it because they're really stupid.
You just heard Dan Bongino.